I hit go live. I don't know if we're live or not. It's keeps saying reconnect, connect, reconnect, connect. I think maybe we're good now. I'm not 100% sure. Check, check. You're live. Steady says we're live. Good. I have no, I haven't got anything together as far as the I tried to fix this screen and I'm running behind. So I apologize. All right. So we're just on a square screen now. So apologize. All right. Anyway, try to see if who's all here. Looks like Daddy's here and Rebecca's here, my wife. So glad everybody. See if anybody else pops in. Trying to get. I was trying to get the screen fixed a little bit more. The lights in the back are a little bit too much for the displays on the control. Hey, what's going on? Carol is here. I'm sure that. What's up, Chris? What's going on? What's up, Shay? Just finally getting some stuff moved around. As you can see, been working on this side. If y'all can see that while we're sitting there waiting for a minute. I've not got a chance to look at this. Started working on this case yet, but then I did go ahead and we got the other case built and put up next to it and started working on it. And I also moved my other case, as you can see back there. I think uh, there's another loose car case back there that's pretty cool. So anyway, appreciate it. I've not got it straight yet. I've just been kind of pulling everything out that's red lines first, and then I'm going to try to go by the years. And I appreciate. Yeah, I'm trying to get them. I'm trying to get the displays out to where you can see them, and I'm also going to try to work on this camera next time. But been kind of messing with some stuff down here, and but anyway, we are. That's what we've been doing this week, getting some stuff straightened up. Hopefully, get a video out pretty soon. Also, let me turn this down. I don't know if I'm echoing or not. I meant to put my earphone buds in so I could keep up with everybody. I'm just watching the chat here, and it's good. So anyway, I meant to grab a couple other things, but some stuff. I got some stuff that Daddy had found this week. It's pretty cool. He found the this treasure hunt here, which is the what is this thing called? I don't even know what it is. Electro silhouette. I don't know. He told me the way he found that is it just fell, and he happened to see the emblem back there behind it. So probably not the most popular hunt. And then he picked up the Triumph hunt. Pretty cool. And then he picked up some more of the Chevys, and then he got one. We ended up finding one with a chrome, more of the chrome base, and some with the dark base. So he picked up a couple of those too. Pretty cool. And he also picked me up a couple of these Ferraris. And the main reason I wanted to get one of these to go with the Super that he had just found last week. So we'll have those two to put together. So you kind of kind of cool to put those together. So um, I hadn't found anything that good. Daddy found those this week out and about. Thought that was cool. Um, had a couple of questions this week following up on the bigger sale cars. I did grab a couple things to kind of go through on those. Um, I think last week we were talking about somebody was talking about the extra large cars, about how many times they started with larger scale cars. Well, they actually started basically in 1969. This is of course this one's a rough shape one. I just happened to have it when I was moving around. I thought I'd pull this one. I've got a few more, but this is the larger scale. This is from Germany. These you kind of see right there. Toreros. If y'all can read the bottom of that or not. But it was talking about the larger scale cars. Mattel's always made the larger scale. They started with these. And then the ones I was trying to remember in the 80s that they did was these. They did color racers. That was large scale. They also did. I meant to grab that the super Hot Wheels. I don't remember. And then I don't know if y'all remember this scale cars or not, but then they made these scales. I've got a package from here. These are all loose here because the packages on these was not great. But remember them size Hot Wheels? They sold those, and these come out in. I want to say these were like mid 80s. I'm trying to remember if the date is on here. I'm sure it probably is. 1993. Whenever they come out with these, a larger scale. And then they also tried them again with the, let me grab that. Then of course they come out with, these are the, remember those? And then the bigger scale, these were in 03, I believe. So it seems like about every 10 years or so, they try to revive the bigger scale cars, let them run for, it seems like that sometimes one little, little bit, and it don't seem like they take off that great. But anyway, they're at it again. I want the 83 Silverado. And then, let me grab this one too. But that's a 1/18 scale up there, never mind. But anyway, that, somebody was asking about they'd never seen the larger scale before until now. They had asked, they messaged me and asked me about some examples of some, so I went ahead and put some examples, grabbed some while I was moving stuff around. So they've messed with larger scale pretty much from the beginning. I just don't think that they go over as well as, the, sorry, what am I trying to say? It's fun to see different things that you've never seen before. If you ask, I'm sure more than happy to show it to you. I did find another box of some loose cards to go through. We'll look through them a little bit. Now let me get back over here and we'll go over some more stuff here in a second. So I got some more stuff to kind of go over and everything. Let's see. Let's catch up with the chat. Somebody's. Did you see what I found today? I sent you a picture on Instagram. Found it tonight about an hour ago. Oh yeah. Let me go to Instagram. All right. See if y'all can get that in. There's what Shay Mid-Century Monsters found. Got the Super Ferrari, and he got him some Black Widows. That's really cool, man. Those Ferraris are pretty crazy right now on the part of the prices go. So I probably should have laid something better out to go over for this question, but also had somebody asking about the what they mean by upgrading, the checking for upgrades. Of course, what I mean by upgrades, it's a pretty common question actually I get is upgrading. If you collect the older cars, a lot of times you're going to get one in not as in good shape as the other one. And so what you'll do is you'll bring it home and then double check everything about it to make sure there's no differences on them. This one actually has a couple of cool differences and an error, which I like. Well, we just talked about this car. I just picked this up, and we just talked about this last week. I got a chance to take this one down because I wanted to compare it because it's in such good shape. I was like, well, I probably won't be upgrading this one, but the biggest difference a lot of people will see right off the bat maybe is that the windows, you've got two different color tinted windows. But if you look in the green one, there's a killer error in there. I don't know if y'all can get in there to see it. I'm going to see if I can get it to zoom in to see the interior. But the interior, if you'll see those seats, the chrome process didn't process all the way on the interior. So most of the interior is not even chromed all the way, just barely chromed on the edges. And like on this one, you can see that they're solid chrome. And you can see where this one didn't get chromed all the way. So that's a cool era, but I've also got two different windows, so I've got to find a green window, this darker window, to have both of them. But that era right there is pretty cool with the seats didn't get chromed all the way. So got lucky to be able to add that to a era collection of black oils, which is cool. See if that, there it goes. But what you're doing is basically you're going to compare them and see which one's better, and then decide if you want to keep which one. They both might have the same amount of wear, but one might display better in the way you display your cars. So that's what I mean by upgrade your older cars. A lot of people buy the new stuff. It's in the package, so it's, you know, if you once you've got one package, as long as the package is in good shape, you're pretty much mint. So what's up, Ron? Teresa? Oh. So anyway, also I got a question about the era of the Fast and Furious car. It looked like a funny car. So I'm not for sure if he wanted me to take a picture or just put it on here. But there it is. If I can get it up there. It got riveted on the rear, but it didn't get riveted on the front, so it makes it look like it's opening up like a funny car. And yeah, so if you're watching, there it is. It's basically it riveted the rear, but it didn't rivet the front, so it opened up like a. Anyway, sorry, I had some questions or maybe some comments, and I just wanted to go over a couple of things with some of those questions. Been going through a lot of stuff, finding all kinds of cool old stuff. Let's see where we're at. Randy, what's up? Randy's here. Let's see who else is here. We got. I was pretty happy. It's first treasure hunt in 15 years. I believe it. I found regulars a lot. The last super I think found was the. I found one last year. I'm trying to remember which one it was. But that was the last one I found. But I don't go out and hunt them like used to hunt them a lot. I don't go out and hunt them anymore. I just don't have time to. I don't have time to hunt them really. I mean, I haven't even got my video out for this week yet. I've been busy getting this done and some other things done. We're trying to get caught up on moving these cases and stuff around, trying to get some of this stuff settled so I can get that stuff out and on display. But anyway, yeah, it could be a gasser. Something else I found when I was going through some stuff, and I don't remember them coming out with this, but I was tickled that I had got it. I don't know where I got it. Somewhere down the road I had found them, evidently, and added it to my collection, and I happened to move stuff around, and I found it. I'm a big fan of those. Of course, this is the Hot Wheel one, and I've got the slot car. I had never seen the slot car of that. I can't remember it anyway. I'm sure that when it come out, I probably was like, I gotta have it, and that's when I got it. And of course, still want to get the popcorn buckets that they had. It had the little space guy driving it from the popcorn bucket. You see the little guy down here next to Marvin sitting on top of the old TV. Yeah, he's driving the truck on the popcorn bucket. And the lights work and stuff. I'd like to pick one of those up eventually to add to that stuff. But anyway, I appreciate it. Yeah, I like that Pizza Planet slot car. I don't remember even where I got it. I just happened to find it when I was flipping through some stuff. Something pretty cool I found when I was moving something around in some boxes. This was from the convention back in the day whenever we did the prototype powwows. It was like they come and you get invited to come see the powwow, the prototypes. Then I think Chris did the uh, vans for this powwow. I have the orange van. I think he made 10 vans for this one, and I have the orange one because I think I ended up wearing another color, and I asked him to trade for the orange because or somebody else won the orange and I traded for it. But anyway, I've got the orange one somewhere. I won a 10 that Chris had done back in the day. But this is the uh, Night Stalker, I guess was it, Chris Walker. But there's the Proto Pow. This was from 2008 convention, and there's the little pass and stuff. And then some other ones I've got. Got to find the Camaro. There were some Camaros they gave out that was special that you to get into the parties. They used to do this, so pretty fun time from the convention. So this will definitely be something cool to go into the display on the collection for memories from back in the day. And then flopping around some stuff. I've got a couple of these. This might have been the one I meant to open. This is the final run of the um, Firebird Funny Car. It is the last run. Y'all remember the final runs? These were I believe these was the ones that were sold at Toys R Us, or it was Toys R Us, I think, or it was KB Toys, I think. But anyway, I think it was Toys R Us that these were sold at. But anyway, y'all remember the final run there? I've got, I don't know if this was the one I got to open, but I've got a couple of these. One of my favorite castings. So anyway, thought that was cool. Went ahead and put that to the side as I was going through some stuff. I put quite a bit of stuff to the side. I've been going through some of my old convention shirts. I've got convention shirts, I think, all the way back. I know I got my 2003, which was the first year convention shirts. I've got probably 10 or 12 convention shirts or more still left that I wear. And then got some limited edition clothing that they used to sell at the Hot Wheel conventions from back, like 06, 07, 08. Pit Pass and stuff used to be there. They'd make like limited edition run of 50 shirts, and then I've got a few special edition jackets and stuff like that. Next week I'm hoping to bring that stuff down here because I'm eventually going to have to display it, and I'll show y'all some of that. I was going to do it this week, but too much stuff going on. Uh, anyway, sorry, I'm just rambling about whatever. Uh, Something else I want to talk about. I don't know if anybody's been collecting especially like the 83 stuff. These right here, I don't know if y'all been watching the prices on these. I tell everybody, I think everybody knows that I think there's only like usually 500 or 600 or so of these patches. There's usually less than 1,000 at least. I think there's like 500 of these patches made every year, something like that. I can't remember the exact number. Might be 1,000, but check out the prices that these things are going for now. These are rarer than the actual trucks. Obviously, because you could only get them at the convention. They sold them there. But, I've got the silver one upstairs. I never bring it down. I've gone through the red ones for the 83s. They're sitting down here on the floor. But the last patch of this one sold for $225, and I think somebody was asking $250 for another one. $250 for the patch. This is the combi patch. I collect the ones that I collect. I get like the 55 gassers, the 83. There for a long time, I bought every patch. I still buy all the patches, but I did collect all the patches, but I decided only to collect the patches to the castings I collect. But y'all check the prices of these patches, so you might want to kind of pay attention whenever people are selling them, because I think the trucks are bringing $600-800 now for this one. I know it's over $500, and then the patch are bringing like $250, $225. So anyway, just a FYI. I've always said these patches are always going to be the rarest things when it comes to conventions, that are them and the pins, but these right here are going to be, they're the rarest things that they give out at the conventions as far as the, Hot Wheel produced, or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, just a FYI. I'm not trying to talk anybody into anything. I'm just saying, pretty crazy the prices that those things are selling for now. All the 83 stuff's crazy. A Fram truck's bringing $500 now, loose. It just blows my mind. I'll take it back. 500 in a package, but loose is bringing like $300. It's just crazy. Anyway, sorry, I'm just rambling. I've also got a set here I was going to show y'all that I picked up I picked this up a long time ago, and I know whenever I bought it, all the rubber bands were loose, and but I always kept the packaging because I just thought it was cool. Not a big Matchbox person, but it's got the car that I really collect in there, and it's got a Nissan Z in there too. But that Mustang is pretty cool, and that, of course, I call it a Charger, but it ain't, ain't really a Charger. But anyway, I don't know if y'all remember those super sets back in the day. I'd like to get that and take it apart. I'm gonna have to take it back apart, take the cars out, put the new rubber bands on them, and get them straightened back out. But make a pretty cool display, clean it up a little bit. But I actually bought it because I thought I was going to open it and take some of the cars out of it, but I'm glad I kept it in the package, now. So probably clean up pretty good. Come from Prangeway. Well, that was pretty expensive then. That was like $4 back in what year did this come out? I don't even know what year this is. There you go, 1981. Pretty cool, 1981. So anyway, sorry, I'm just rambling. I don't know if any of my chat's working or not. Not anything. I've dropped everybody. I think I'm dropping too. Must not be going through a lot. I don't know. I'm just flopping through some stuff just because it's here. I've got this case to go through. I know there's some cards in this one we can go through. Anything y'all want to see or to go about, we can. Found the 99 calendar. Pretty cool. The pictures are really awesome in here. I'm gonna probably end up getting this one. I like this one, the frame. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Them super vans. Pretty cool. Pretty cool calendar. It's got some cool pictures, but the super van, I think, probably my favorite casting in there. Got some old black walls listed in there. But anyway, I didn't get any castings out today. I'm still trying to get everything straightened out. I'm hoping to start doing that soon. Like I said, we're just been straightening out back here. And anyway, I found that. I was going through. I thought that was kind of neat. And then I told somebody about these the other day. I thought I'd open these up, see if I could kind of put these up there where y'all can see them. These are all non-Hot Wheels. These are like Jada's and Mastio, the old Volkswagen from back in the day. They're a bigger scale. If y'all remember these Jada's and stuff. We were talking about them. I used to collect all the Volkswagens, and every one of these are Volkswagens. And definitely going to be selling pretty much all of these or trading them around or whatever because I don't collect castings, but I do kind of like some of the cars. I just thought they were cool, but I've decided not to collect any of these in non-Hot Wheel. I got some really cool ones. Y'all remember the Jada stuff was pretty cool back in the day. Like I said, and then the Mastio stuff was pretty cool too. Like I think, like this one's a Mastio Volkswagen Bug stuff. So I don't know if y'all remember I can't remember the names of these. Everybody was doing it's a metal base too, but everybody was doing that kind of scale there for a minute, and they were doing the lowrider and bugs and buses and. Well, anyway, I got all them. This is probably my favorite paint job they ever did on one, which was the one that has the for sale sign and stuff in the window. I don't know if it'll come in or not, but looks like Rusty. Thought that's one of my favorites. But anyway, we had talked about these the other day, and I was trying to tell them about them, but this is all Volkswagens. I don't collect the buses anymore. The non-Hot Wheel ones, so all these non-Hot Wheel ones, if y'all remember these, where the beds would slide. Some of y'all do. These were like 2000, 2001, 2002, back in the day. So, but anyway, I found them when I was going through some stuff. Thought I'd put it up here and show y'all those because somebody was asking about them. We had talked about it a minute, and then somebody was asking about them. I thought, well, I'll show you that. And then we got this case. If y'all want to look through some of these, I really don't know. You know, I didn't have anything planned per se today. Like I said, I've been trying to get through everything in the basement to start getting all the red line stuff out first, and then I'll keep working because I still got everything set up over here like I did have before. I still haven't cleaned all that off and start getting all the red line stuff. Plan on putting all the red lines over um, in that. I'm probably going to start them off in that gold case back here, and I'll probably get that, you know, the Timex case there. Oh, I did remember getting a picture. Yeah, chat's working, I think. Yeah, Randy said that sharp. I appreciate it, Randy. Yeah, it's I don't know what's going on with the. Uh, I said I would show y'all a picture of that Timex case. So I went up to the shop and I got a picture of that Timex case because we were talking about it last week. Um, that's mine. That's up in the shop. Uh, it's probably, I'd say, late 50s or so. Pretty cool. Maybe early 60s. What's going on, Deborah? Deborah's here. Took some pictures at the shop while I was up there just to, because I was trying to get looking at a couple of signs. The Firestone sign was the main picture I needed a picture of, or main thing I need a picture of. So I just thought I'd take a picture of it. It looks small in that picture, but it's almost 8 foot long. That foot over there that lights up, I think it's almost 5 foot long. That's a Goodyear. I got all those are neon light, whatever. So, but that's the main reason I took that picture. I wanted to get a picture of this. And I don't know if we've got any um, body that collects the Leo stuff, but or the Mexican, the R-Mart, I guess I should say. But I got a cool picture that I found. Somebody had shared of a poster with the R-Mart cars on it, and I saved it because I want to see if I can get one. I'd like to get one made because I'd like to see what kind of cars that I've got that's on the on it. But man, I've never seen this poster. That reminds me, that's something else I've got. I've got a bunch of posters to eventually go through. Sorry, is it low? I apologize. But there's the models. Thought that was cool. I'd like to make a poster of that. I thought that would be really cool. Of the R-Mart cars, because I didn't even know that existed. Check, check. Y'all hear me? See if that's any better. See if I turn that. Anyway, sorry. I'm slowly trying to get around. I'm hoping to have my next Hot Wheel video out this week. I was hoping to have it done sooner, but we've had a lot of stuff going on, and I've been down here, built this other shelf for this, got this one up. I've got to still get the doors on this one, got the shelves in. I've just been slowly putting some stuff over there. So I got this cool case here. If that helps any. Sorry, I didn't realize it was low. Uh, Pretty cool stuff in here. We can go through if y'all want to, or whatever y'all want to talk about. Like I said, I'm not particular. I just grabbed a couple things as I was moving stuff around. I've been, like I said, I'm hoping to start over here, start with 1968, and work my way across. And then I'm not 100% sure if I'm just going to do prototypes or what in this or whatever, because I really don't think I'm going to turn. Um, I want to really put the cars. I want to match the buttons behind the cars and the whole line. Whenever I go to display them, and then I've got a lot displayed on top too. I've still got to go through. As you can see, it goes down, and I've got them all the way across. But I'm eventually going to. I've got to still do a little bit more moving around and cleaning. I got stuff. Like I said, it's sitting all the way around right now, but just trying to get through everything, making sure we got what we got to get out on display. I'm going to open it. I just was somebody had asked last week about showing some of this stuff. I'll eventually, whenever I get it done a little bit more, I'll bring it where we can show it a little bit more. But yeah, here's the case. What's up, Ricky? I thought it was cool because right off the bat I could see that there was a Light My Firebird right here. And I was excited to see that. But then I know there's some red lines and there's some black balls in here flipped upside down. So anyway, we'll go through them real quick. Here's a Light My Firebird. Must have had a number there on the door at one time. You can see there's no numbers on this one. Not too bad a shape for what it is. But anyway, that was pretty cool. So pretty cool to find that in this case. Looks like I got two of the Monzas here. Super Chrome Monzas. Looks like somebody has took a marker to this one. A couple of red line Monzas there. The Super Chrome cars, you know how they are. They're kind of hard to find sometimes. Somebody got their initials and everything on the bottom of this one. You ain't gonna. It's the same one that must have an H in his name because he put an H across the top there. It looks like it says SH or something, or SK, one of the two. Has their initials, which is cool. And then here's another one of the red line Monzas. So got to check those for variations and then see if any of them's any better to upgrade. Oh, I got an old beater street rodder. Yeah, if y'all are into street rodders, that's pretty cool. The old beat street rodder. And this is really cool too. This iced tea was pretty cool. I think I got this out of a junk bin a long time ago. I just remember this car whenever I seen it just now because I thought it was cool the way that the kid or somebody had played with it enough to where they took the yellow off to get to the chrome and then just left the yellow on the inside, pulled all the wheels off and made them all skinny, and I just thought that was cool. So then we got this is a black wall. This is a police, the paddy wagon there, black wall. So nothing major there on this one, just a don't see it a ton in Blackwall. I think it's a little bit less common in Blackwall than a lot of people think. Anyway, got that one. There we got us a Poison Pinto. Poison Pinto is one of those cars. It's like as soon as you see it, I think almost everybody picks it up. Probably one of the most iconic cars. I think Blackwall's from back in the day when you see the Poison Pinto, and that's pretty much what, you know. And then let's see. Oh yeah, we got us a Roger Dodger. Not mint. None of these cars are mint. They're just probably just some cars I picked up through the year. You just pick up and you put them in. Try to see if these flips around in these old cases. There you go. There's another Dixie Challenger. It's in pretty good shape. Not bad. I don't know if I can get it to come in, but it's not in bad shape though. Just got a little wear on top. Oh yeah, then we got the you remember the 80s Firebird, the Melloway in chrome. This was they had this one and the Z28. Both of those were Melloways back then. So pretty cool. Here's a high-tail hauler. Can never go wrong with a high-tail hauler. That's another one of those iconic cars. I think a lot of people, Blackwall guys especially, and red lines, really remember this casting big time, I think. So not bad shape, but yeah, I like the this one was really cool. So this is a blue, but it's a different color blue than your normal blue. It is rough, but pretty wild the way that this one has, I guess, faded to this color blue. This is almost the same color blue as this one. It's a whole lot lighter than most of your uh, blue Hotbirds, is what I'm trying to say. And I thought that this was like a kid paint, but as you can see, the top there, the paint is just completely, off of it, and you can see that that's that color. It's almost this color. I should have brought one of the other blue ones over here. I didn't realize that was in here, obviously. But I've got a blue one over there, and this is a lot lighter. That was always a kind of a different. I remember this car. I looked at it a long time ago. I remember looking at it a few times. Matter of fact, I'm not saying that. Um, I just don't know much about why it would be this color blue and not be really a repaint. But unless it's just a complete faded out. I should put another one next to it there. Oh, here you go. There's a black hot bird in there with it. So got the black hot bird in there with the blue hot bird. But that's one of those question mark hot birds that I've got. Kind of like the Datsun I've got a question about over there. Uh, it's over on this display. Now this is one of my favorite. Look at this kid paint. Took the Torino Stalker. Got the O1s on the door. Pretty cool for a kid paint. So that's one of my favorite kid paints. That is really cool. So that's the top layer there. Let's see what we get into the bottom layer. I haven't looked yet. That was the top layer. These are cool. These were hard to get in and out. They're real brittle. You know how the bottoms of them will break off and stuff. Looks like y'all collect those small cars. Oh, awesome. Yeah, the Beat 16 is pretty cool. Had a lot of questions about that. Pretty awesome. Oh, yeah. And here's the bottom row. I'll bring them up so you can see them. Looks like I got some Matchbox in here. But I do have some Hot Wheels up here. I'll do this one first, but I can tell you right now, after seeing this one, I know exactly there's a story behind this that I got from a guy. I bought them from him. He said it was his childhood collection, but I bought a few cars from him. This is nothing crazy. This is just a chrome, super chrome, super van, nothing crazy. This is actually beat up pretty good. I don't know if there's something specific about it, why I've got it in here. I don't know if there's a variation or something on the bottom, but I'll have to double check. Maybe it's just in here to double check. But anyway, I go through all these cars, and but anyway, this I happened to be at a show, and this guy had this car sitting up there, and I see if I can get this in so y'all can actually see it. I'm trying to get this to come in where you can see a little bit. The Poison Pinto was sitting up there kind of like, I think it was facing this way when I first saw it. And I went to pick it up, and he said, turn it around forward. So I turned it around forward, and he said, look at it. And I was like, whoa. And he said, look at the other side, and then look at the wheels and stuff. So he said that this was the Hot Wheels that he had, and it was in a fire, and the case had got hot, melted, and then the cars inside. I ended up buying 3 cars, I think 3 or 4 cars. I know I got 3 cars from in here. I think it was 3 cars I ended up buying. The Poison Pinto was one of them I bought. I just thought it was wild the way that the paint had melted, where you can kind of see the primer or whatever underneath it, and in the back wheel, I don't, if you can see that back wheel and stuff, the way it melted, and the front end, it's just something different that I thought was just crazy. So I bought that one from him. This one didn't look so bad on this side. Then when you flip it around the other side, you look at the wheels, and it just melted the wheels just like a balloon almost. So Uh, Not that they're worth anything. It's just a story behind it and the way they look. I just thought that was really cool. And then he had a hot bird too, and he's like, "Hey, I got the hot bird." So he had a hot bird. And the only thing it did to it was the windshield itself in the back window. You can see where it melted this side of it a little bit. But anyway, I thought it was wild. That was his collection when he was a kid, he said, and then that melted. Uh, I ended up getting those three from him. Thought it was cool. Uh, uh, it wasn't cool that he had to fire, but it was cool that he kept those cars, and I just thought it was neat for display and cool story. Um, then the rest of this stuff, believe it or not, it's not a Hot Wheel. We got us an Ertl. Um, I think a lot of people probably know what that will be. Uh, that is Daisy's Jeep from the Dukes of Hazzard, and I think this was the Ertl brand. Then I got another Colt Seaver. That one's in really nice shape. It's got the sticker on it from Fall Guy, and then it says Colt there on the door on this side. It doesn't say Colt on the other side. I don't know if all of them are like that or not. I think I've got another one of them I found the other day, so I'll check that out. That's pretty cool though. I was a big fan of the Fall Guy. I don't know if anybody was a big fan of the Fall Guy or not, but it's a nice shape for an old the old Ertl from back in the day. Oh, we got us another Matchbox. That was another casting that I actually collected a lot of. That's probably the most iconic one that I can remember growing up seeing a lot was this paint job. I don't think it's real old. I think this was probably late 80s, early 90s, but I do remember this one when I was growing up being really cool with all the tampos all the way down the side. Trying to get it in there where you can see it a little easier, but you can see all the different Valvoline, Krager, Centerline. Pretty awesome. American Racing, all that. Got a Holly on the back there. But that was with one of my favorite castings. I'm not a big Matchbox collector, but that was one of my favorite castings of Matchbox. Um, then we've got this one, which was awesome. This is also another Ertl, and you can see it's Smoking the Bandit there. This has actually got the 76 front end, so this one I believe will go into my set that I got the big box of. But this is the Bandit, which is cool. Then this one is I thought this was a Z car. I thought it was a Yachtman, but this is a Z car. It's a Charger. I don't know if y'all ever remember that Dodge Charger. Uh, got the push bar on the front, trying to mimic the Duke General Lee without copyrighting it. I think everybody was. Of course, you had Hot Wheels had their version, which was just had out. You know, Hot Wheels had their version, and then this is the version from Z Toys. And then Play Art had one, I believe it had something on it like that. So anyway, not General Lee's, but General Lee was so popular, everybody, you know, was trying to make something close to it. And then of course, so popular that you got this awesome. Some kid had an awesome time with a custom back in the day, which is really awesome. Then to finish up, we got three more cars we'll look at. I want to think we just talked about these not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago on live or something. These are these cars, the revers, poppers. What do you call them? I forgot what you call them. Rollomatics. This was the one this one was called the Maxi Taxi. Remember the Hot Wheels come out with a Maxi Taxi? Well, this was the version where these would roll and the engines would pop. Y'all remember those? Called the Rollomatics. This one is called this one actually name of this one was called the Maxi Taxi. And then this one, same casting. I think they changed the name to this. Is called the hot rocker, is what they called this one. When it would roll, the engines would pop. You see the engine pop. So the engine would pop, which is pretty cool. And then it's got a tow hitch, so you can tow your, I guess, your trailer while you're hot rodding down the road. But pretty cool maxi taxi and hot rotor. And then got one more in here. This might be a Rollomatic too. Let me look. No, this one's not a Rollomatic. This is a Mercury Cougar. But I remember why I bought this now. Look at the side tempo if I can get it to come in there. It says rat rod on the side of it on the tempos. And I think that's the main reason I picked it up. Thought it was really cool. That was right a metal base right whenever they was going from the one wheel to the new wheel, I guess. Pretty wild. I thought it popped, but it's not a popper. This is just a, I like it because it said rat rod there on the side on the tempo. And so I bought it. So that's what was in this case. Pretty cool little assortment of odd stuff, different stuff I've collected over the years. You can kind of see it's not like it's changed a ton of the older stuff that I collect that's not Hot Wheels. Just like cars that I like from the shows and that kind of thing. Anyway, found some pretty cool stuff. Found a couple more of the small shots, moving stuff around, which is pretty cool. Um, just moving some stuff, getting some stuff straightened and clean. So anyway, I don't know what y'all got going on, but I don't have a whole lot more that I've got put out. I did find this. I was looking over and I found this when I was going through a box of newer stuff. I don't know when that come out. It's pretty cool though. I like the way that they did the matchbox on the side of that van. It might have been out for a long time. I don't know. It looks newer to me, but it was in the bottom of with a bunch of other cars. I thought it was cool. So pretty neat. So I just set it to the side. Anyway, that's what we have in that box. And like I said, we're slowly going through the collection. I'm trying to figure out how to display the box. That's the box back here was the original Redline shipping crate. And you've got the original red lines. I said I'm trying to figure out a way for them to look like they're coming out of it. I might have to end up putting it up on top. Also, got this down. Pretty cool. I think you don't see one in a wrapper that often. This one's actually still in the plastic, which is really crazy. You hardly ever see one that's still originally sealed. I'm sure they're out there, don't get me wrong, but you don't see a lot of them with still in the original plastic. So anyway, I thought that was cool. And I like the graphic because I like the Nomad on it. So anyway, slowly starting to get everything out. Trying to start getting some stuff moved around. Figure out where we're going to put it. Got the comics. Going to figure out. Going to find me I've got some a book holder and stuff to put out. So I think I'm going to put some of them like over on the wall or maybe over on this. So got that to go out next too. So anyway, just trying to get through everything and before I can make it to where we can walk around and just talk about all of it. But I'm trying to get everything. It's basically going to be like I call it y'all remember that most of this is the yellow, I call it the yellow era, and then they moved into, when they got into like 1970, 71, they switched over to more of the, like the big belter set up there, the white, more white, like the Sizzler stuff was more white. Snake and Mongoose sets were more of the white, but the first basically 2 years was most of the yellow, what I call the yellow. I turned the lights off back here because it like glares too much for this camera. But anyway, commercials come on right when I want to hear what you're saying. Sorry about that. But anyway, now if y'all got anything y'all want to talk about or see more about, let me know. I am slowly trying to get this out. I'm trying to make it to where um, a better display. That makes sense, so I can display the stuff that we've got. And before monster truck, monster truck before monster truck. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to try to get some of this stuff displayed a lot better so that you can physically look at it. It takes a long time to take it in. Try to figure out a way to kind of make it flow without covering up too much of the box because there's a lot. I was trying to put everything that was cardboard in the case, but found out quickly that I've got a couple 3 sets that are like they're all 2 foot tall, like the Hazard Hill race set, and there was another big race set over there. I'm trying to remember the name of it. That are huge, and so I'm gonna have to probably figure out a way to just. I do have a set of farbs, Ricky. I don't know where they all are right now. Um, you're talking about. I've got a couple in this display over here. Um, I've got a couple in the display. I've got the set. What I really want is the what I'm really wanting is I wanting the downhill set with the boot. I actually want that, and I don't care if it's sealed because if the cardboard don't. I mean, it's just a cardboard box. I'll probably take it out to display the boot if I get it anyway. Kind of like the bug bite set with the bug. I'm gonna, certain things you want to display. Um, I don't know how I'm gonna display the farbs and stuff. It's kind of like the Sizzler stuff. It may just be like this. Might have to end up being all car stuff first, and then do the Sizzler stuff and the Fat Track stuff and stuff like that later, like in another display somewhere. Because I think I might do the. Um, oh, sorry. I'm trying to figure out the best way. I think ultimately going by the years might be the best way. This is pretty rough, but the package is not the best. But there's a. I'm trying to figure out a best way to display a lot of this stuff. Uh, and I really like what's going on a lot with the odd stuff. So I'm probably gonna just display it the best I can. Probably the yellow stuff, and probably second laundry set will go into there. Um, anyway, the plan is to maybe get the red lines and stuff going on, but oh, that's awesome. The yeah, I've got the thermos is up there next to it, but neither one of them are mint. They were used, but it doesn't bother me that much. It's kind of like the Jack in the Box cups. Little scratches and rubs don't bother me. They're just some, I don't have to have the full set, but it's kind of cool just to have a little section of each thing to kind of show for display purposes, I guess. So you kind of sell an example of each thing at least. That's my goal. I'd like to have just one of each thing loose, but an example of some of the rare stuff is all I want. I like when there's a wall of carded Hot Wheels. That's pretty cool. I don't have any of those. I used to have walls of carded Hot Wheels, but now I collect everything pretty much loose except for my eras. I will have a lot of my eras on display. I've got twirly cases that I'm gonna have some of my rarer stuff, and then I may do a whole wall over here of eras. Uh, I don't know. I'm still up there and what I'm gonna do. I was gonna put my eras in here and show them, but I don't know what I'm gonna end up doing with them. I may put a lot of eras in these cases, but that's what I think to the bottom already. Uh, yeah, this is era stuff here. There's a Fram truck right there. I don't know what the. I think the era is the whole thing's down on the side. But anyway, this is all eras in here that I've been setting to the side. Um, so what I've been doing is kind of taking this, and these are like huge map drawers. This is like 3 foot wide, and just like separating like power commands, scorchers, red lines, black walls, and one, and then kind of just get them all separated, figure out what you got, put them all together, and then go through them. Whatever. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But anyway, now I didn't have anything ton prepared. Been pretty busy trying to get. Well, we got this other one built. And got this display put together. Moved this display under it today. The one underneath there, and these all drawers pull out. Pretty cool setup on them. So I can see the over here. Yeah, I like the old extra large Hot Wheels. We went over some extra large Hot Wheels that started in the 1969. That was when they first went into the big Hot Wheels. These were Grand Toros, made in Germany. And then they released the what did we say it was? The 90s, early 90s, they released more big size Hot Wheels. You remember these? I don't know if anybody, we talked about these earlier. That's the extra large size Hot Wheels like I was talking about. Like here's the packages they come on back in the day. Same exact thing we kind of see in today with those extra larges. I don't mind them. I mean, it's kind of neat, but here's like your Lambo here, but pretty cool. Like pullbacks. These are pullback styles. Of course, you got them, and of course you got the Volkswagen pullback I just picked up. That's really cool. They did those other ones in the 90s. Yeah, they've done big cars basically since they started. It seems like about every 10 to 15 years, it's like, hey, let's try to do bigger cars. They've done 1/18 scales. They were moderately popular for a while. I collected a few of them, but most of the bigger scale don't really last as much. But it is pretty wild. This case back here, this all lights up. But this is a really cool case. These are what I did over here on this side. If I can get that ever fixed where you can see the whole thing, all these displays starting with this Timex case. Spin this around. Let me set these down on the side. I'll kind of spin this camera around and kind of show you what I was talking about. It's kind of going like I wanted to on this. Basically, when you start over here, this case, this Timex case back here is the gold and the clear. So like this is like from the 60s. The wood glass cases back there are going to be like that. So most of this stuff is going to be like period correct 60s stuff. The wooden case that pulls out is going to be close to that. And in this case, it's going to be 60s, which was probably one of the wildest, coolest cases that I own. It's not, it doesn't like rotate like the ones over here, but it's really cool. It's double layered each one, but each drawer will completely pull out. This was a knife case. The way I understand it, all your inventory can go in the back. You flop that plastic down in the front and get right to your cars. Got 2 layers, so pretty cool. And then you can slide each one of these back, and each one of these is a separate drawer. So they had it going on in these knife cases. Still got an 8-foot knife case that I'm finishing up. It's got to come down. It's gonna have some pretty rare stuff. And I got this 2 more 6-foot twirlies like this one. I got a red line twirly over here that is a black Timex case. I'm gonna change out and put them into these. So my goal was to make this more like if you was in the 60s, this is the kind of stuff you would see this stuff displayed. The way I look at it, it's kind of like displays from the 60s. So anyway, I want. I was happy when I seen along the Paul Stone. Mine isn't mint either. I'm not for sure. Oh, the bunch pail. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Um, I appreciate it. Have you picked up? No, I haven't found the Sliverado, with a misspelling on the bases, but I haven't got that one yet. I am gonna pick a few of those up if I can find them. Uh, I'm sure I'll be able to pick them up before too long. I've seen them. Most people are asking like 15 bucks a piece for them at the shows I've seen so far. So yeah, there's 6, and I think there's going to be another wave. I kind of wanted to see what the donut car looks like. I don't have any of the donut car. I just want to look any better when it's in like big scale. But I am going to buy the 83. I'd like to have a couple of them actually of the 83s. But anyway, no, I'm just I'm trying to this is like I said, this is more of the 60s stuff and into the 70s, and then I'm going to try to make a more of a display for my, and going into the black walls, I'd like to do something kind of more 80s feeling. So I don't know, late 70s, early 80s store display or something. I've got couple things in mind. I don't know yet. But anyway, I'm just trying to get everything out and gone through. I appreciate everybody coming and seeing me. If there's anything y'all want to see or know more about, or you want to talk about castings or anything, y'all let me know. I don't mind getting some castings out. If y'all want to check out any cool old signs or anything like that, let me know that. I've got some pretty cool ones that I need to get through. Um, like I said, any castings or anything else, I've not really done anything but just clean and going through stuff, trying to get stuff moved around down here, and trying to get it to where I can bring everything from the shop soon, so we can start going through other boxes, because I got boxes upon boxes to go through of all kinds of crazy stuff. But I'm just kind of getting the display out and trying to get everything out to where it was. What's the big bus behind you? This one, it's just one of those. It's like a power wheel. That's what size it is. It's just a power wheel bus that I picked up at the Webster Flea Market. That I haven't released that video yet, but I got it. I just thought it was cool. So it's probably it's like almost 4 foot long, and it's like 2 foot wide. It's got speakers and all that stuff on it, but I bought it for this display. I've actually thought about turning it into a wagon. Was what I was thinking about doing, but I hadn't done anything with it yet. But I'm gonna do something with it. I just don't know what. It's just as display. I did find some cool. I found some red line fabric that used to be. I think somebody turned it into a tablecloth at one time over there. I don't know if y'all remember the red line fabric. It's right there behind the. See right there. got the hood, a bug eye, and the Red Baron on it. Pretty cool. I'm hoping to get that. I'm gonna use it somewhere. I don't know, ceiling or somewhere. I'll probably drape it on something. Pretty cool stuff. But anyway, the goal is to get a lot of more stuff out and get it to where we can enjoy it. That's the main thing, so everybody can enjoy it. Anyway, well, if anybody's got anything else, y'all want to put it in the comments. I appreciate everybody coming back to see me this Tuesday. I should have a video out. I'm hoping by Thursday. I've got 2 Hot Wheel videos I'm still got to get out. That I went to a couple shows in Florida. Plan on being at a show this weekend. If nothing changes, I may be in Huntsville this weekend. Be the first show I've done since I've been back from Florida. Will be this weekend. So I think this weekend is Huntsville, and next weekend is Knoxville. So got a couple of weekends of shows coming up back to back. I don't know if any of y'all are going to be at Huntsville. If so, I'll probably see y'all there if everything works out. But anyway, I hope everybody has a good week. Have a good weekend, and we'll do it again next Tuesday. Hopefully, I'll get some more stuff laid out. And if y'all want to talk about, what was that? Ladybug. If y'all have got anything y'all want to see more of or talk about, just put it in the comments or whatever. But I hope everybody has a good week. I'll try to do this again next Tuesday, and I'll be probably putting a video out Thursday is our plan. So sorry it's taking so long. I've been trying to get a lot of stuff around here done, and yeah, I should have it. Forrest is here. What's up? Hi, bye. See you, Forrest. Deborah, you're planning on being in Huntsville. I'm planning on it. If everything works out, me and I think Rebecca will be there, and my dad may come. I don't know, but we'll see. I gotta see what's going on, so we'll see what's going on this weekend. But anyway, well, I hope everybody has a good weekend, a good week, and like I said, I plan on probably being in Huntsville. So if y'all gonna be there, I hope to see you there. If not, I hope to see y'all next Tuesday, if nothing else. So I appreciate everybody coming. I'm gonna try to fix my camera. I didn't have a chance to really fix it today. I still need to fix my camera. I don't know what in the world that is. Anyway, gotta still fix the camera. Didn't get that done yet. So, but anyway, we'll see where we're at again next week, and we will catch you next week. If y'all need anything or y'all want to know more about stuff, just put in the comments. Thumbs up, like, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next week. Thank y'all.